Fun fact, there's only one place in the world you can find lions, tigers, and bears.
Oh my.
In India. The Asiatic lion, the Bengal tiger, and the Asiatic black bear are all native to India. What does that have to do with the topic I'm about to discuss? Nothing really, I just thought it was an interesting bit of trivia. You would think predation of humans would happen more often than it does. We really have no defenses besides guns. Our eyesight sucks, our skin is easy to rip through, and even if you're Usain Bolt on meth, you probably can't outrun even hippos. But human predation is rare. In 4 parts, I'm going to look at 4 cases of maneaters, starting with the Champawat Tiger. But first, let's look at stats about Tiger. Tigers can grow to be 170 inches long and weigh up to 717 pounds. They can be found in India, Bangladesh, and Nepal. They live solitary lives and will only congregate with other tigers during breeding or when food is scarce. They are ambush predators that will go for vicious neck bites, but attacks on humans are rare and normally happen in defense. But when they do become man-eaters, it is normally because they are injured or too old and cannot go after their normal prey animals. Attacks in a reupload village in Nepal by a female tiger began in 1903. Hunters were sent in the area to kill the tigress, but were unable to even get the drop on her. With the area in fear, the Nepalese government sent in the army to drive the tigress out, which it was successful, but they drove her to the Kumaon district in India, which made Nepal very bad neighbors. But to be fair, they had no other option. The tigress had already killed at least 200 or more Nepalese and evaded skilled hunters. In India, the tigress had found a new home and began its reign of terror that will cost 235 more lives. She settled in and attacked villages whenever she was hungry, including just entering homes. In 1907, the British were still in charge of India and they put a bounty on the tigress. The hunters tried and failed to kill Shere Khan. Shere Khan was male. We'll just call her Shaka Khan, how's that? But anyways, the tigress was proving to be a challenge, so the British government sent word to Colonel James Corbett for assistance. Before we continue, let's talk about James Corbett. James Corbett was born July 25th, 1875 in Nainital, India. He was a British man of Irish ancestry, and he had an epic mustache, if I must say. He was a skilled hunter, naturalist, and later an author. He was chosen because he knew the area well enough to do something. Corbett would take the job on the condition that the bounty would be revoked and all hunters recalled, not because he wanted personal glory to go with the epic mustache, but because he was worried about being shot by idiots who had no idea what they were doing, and he worried about the same idiots would shoot and kill innocent Bengal tigers. Days after accepting, a 16-year-old girl was mauled and dragged away by the tigress near the village of Champawat. Corbett set out and followed the blood trail and found footprints left by the beast. He found her den, which had the remains of humans, including bones and a severed limb, but the tiger was nowhere to be seen. So he waited in hopes of ambushing her. He ended up being ambushed himself and had to scare her away with 2 shots from his rifle. Needing a new strategy, with the help of the local tax collector, he gathered 300 villagers to help him. The villagers would bang sticks and scare the tigress, leading her into a trap. Corbett would know how close they were by the sounds of the banging. As she grew closer, he was able to shoot her in the shoulder and chest, but the tigress charged him, causing the tax collector to shoot her in the foot. She crumpled and died. An examination of the tigress' body actually proved to be useful in figuring out what caused her to actually hunt humans. The reason she chose to eat humans was simple. Before she became Murder Tigger, she probably lived a normal tiger life until a hunter shot her, breaking her lower and upper canines on the right side of her mouth. From there, she would have a really hard time defending herself or going after normal prey. Starving and desperate, she saw us and realized we were slow and dumb animals and decided we were lunch. James Corbett would go on to be a skilled hunter of man-eaters. The Champawat Tiger wasn't the only famous case that he had been a part of. He also killed man-eaters in other cases. But for the sake of brevity and the fact that I probably have screwed up names already, I'm just going to list the other cases that he has been a part of. After all that, he would retire to Kenya in 1947. Never married, there he would write books on his experiences, even being the bodyguard for Queen Elizabeth when she was Princess Elizabeth when she visited Kenya. On April 19, 1955, he passed away in Kenya. The Champawat Tiger holds the record for the most human kills by a tiger at an estimated 435. In all honesty, I feel kind of sorry for the Champawat tiger. She was forced to kill humans to survive. Unfortunately, when a predator gets a taste for human flesh, they will find it easy to go back to it. That's why she had to be put down. 435 is a large number, but there is a certain animal that has killed over 600 and has never been captured or killed. And some might say he's still alive today, and that animal is Gustav.